I remember like what you said, the airports being empty. I took a plane from Toronto straight to Seoul, and like there's probably like 20 people on the plane. How many people are on your plane? What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I have a guest with me. Her name is Kara. Kara, what's going on?
Hi, I'm good.
Good. Yeah. So Kara is also somebody that's new and recently coming to Korea, but she's from England, and she's also a Hagwon teacher.
Yes.
But she speaks like Korean almost fluently.
I can get around.
She can, yeah. She just got here, and then like I met her, and then now she's just saying all these things. Like, where did you learn all this Korean? Because like she could go to a restaurant, she can do anything she pleases, and speaking Korean fluently. I was like, damn, I've been trying to study this for like 2 years, and here you are making a mockery out of me.
안녕하세요.
감사합니다. 하나, 둘, 셋. Like whatever. So, anyways, in this video, what I wanted to talk about is what it's like living in Korea during the pandemic, because she's coming from England, I'm coming from Canada. So a lot of people are a little bit confused because they know that like traveling at this moment in time is kind of a difficulty. So I want to talk about my experience moving to Korea during the pandemic and her experience moving to Korea during the pandemic. So I want to start with her because I feel like she's more recent. So it would be more smart to start with your experience because it's more recent. So go ahead. How did you first apply, and then how did you enter the country coming from England because of the whole variant and all that stuff?
So actually with the variant thing, I left when it wasn't like around yet. So I think I left the UK 3 weeks before the new variant showed up, and then they stopped the whole like traveling for British people. So that really didn't affect me that much, but I did travel during a time where nobody was traveling, and I think I've never seen the airport that dead. Like Newcastle Airport, which is my city, and then I went to Amsterdam. That was crazy. It was quiet.
You went to Amsterdam connecting flight?
Yeah, connecting flight. And then I went to Incheon, which was like literally dead. Yeah. And then so you said application?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I applied through like I was part of like teaching groups in on Facebook, and then they had groups where they were doing like teaching jobs in Korea. So I applied onto there, and then an agent messaged me, and then they connected me to a school, and that's how I applied, and I found my Hagwon. Yay, I love my Hagwon.
Shout out to her Hagwon.
I'm not gonna say the name, but I love my Hagwon. And then I think 3 months, because of the whole pandemic thing, like sending my documents back and forth was so hard. And it took such a long time. So overall, the application from my interview to getting to Korea, it took 3 months.
Wow.
How long does it usually take?
Well,
like a month, right?
Oh, it depends on like the situation, because like for EPIK, I applied literally the first time I came to Korea, which was in 2018. I applied like February of 2018. I ended up coming to Korea in August, so like 6 months later.
That's
but
a long
the thing
time.
is though, like there's a February intake and then there's like a August intake. I literally applied at the beginning, where like literally the last intake just finished. So like, I was from the very start. So like I remember that time, like 6 months was a crazy amount of time to wait. So I was losing my mind. But the second time I came back, it took me maybe about like a month or so. From the time I first applied.
So what it's supposed to normally.
Yeah, exactly what it's supposed to be normally. But the pandemic was still taking place at this time. So it's kind of like the contrast between our situations.
Wow,
so for me, what happened was, I remember there was the lockdown that was taking place, which is currently what's happening in England. The lockdown was taking place, and I remember like I knew like I was trying to get into Korea. So like places where I could go get to like my background check. I couldn't do that because everything was locked down. And then just little things that I needed to do in order to get my application moving, I couldn't get those stuff together. So I remember I was just so frustrated. I'm like, man, like I know I can apply for these jobs, I can do all these different things, but I can't do anything because I don't have the documents. So I remember as soon as it opened, I started applying, and then like getting all the documents together. And then luckily for me, I was able to have an interview and then get a job and stuff, and then I was able to make my way over. So I remember like what you said, the airports being empty. I took a plane from Toronto straight to
crazy.
Seoul, and like there's probably like 20 people on the plane. How many people are on your plane?
There was less than 30 or something.
Yeah.
And it was like a big plane.
Yeah, it was
and
a
then
huge plane.
so with us, like they put us all in the center, and then after takeoff we just could go anywhere we wanted to.
Yeah.
So I literally had the whole aisle to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I know. For me too. And like the funny part was obviously it was a little like nerve-wracking because like I came much earlier than you. So like at least at the point like when I came, which was like in August, you came like in January? November you came. Yeah. Oh, sorry, much earlier. So when I first came, like Corona was still kind of more scary than it is now. I'm not downplaying it at all. But like it was much scarier back then.
Like we didn't have the knowledge of like what's going to happen and stuff. Well, we still don't now, but like we've got more grasp of what's going on.
Exactly. Yeah. We're more knowledgeable and stuff like that. So like back then, like in the early summer, I was kind of like, I'm taking a big risk just hopping on the plane, leaving my family, and going halfway across the world and stuff. And so there was a lady that was sitting on the plane. I had my seat and she was sitting like right in front of me, and like I guess I don't know why I didn't move and so just go sit somewhere else on the plane because there were so many empty seats. I should have just done this, but she was coughing a lot. And I'm just like, dude, like, no, like, not the one person that I'm going to be sitting beside is going to be coughing a lot, because guess what? I'm going to get to Korea, I'm going to get the virus, and then it's just going to be a terrible situation. Yeah. But luckily, I ended up, like, testing negative when I arrived. Yeah. And then even 2 weeks later after my quarantine was done, I was still negative. So I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. She didn't give me anything. But
that's scary, though.
It is really scary. Yeah. But yeah, so that's, I guess the process in getting here was kind of similar. Yeah. So in terms of your experience so far in Korea, how's it been?
Living in Korea?
Yeah, living in Korea.
So the first 2 months were really hard because I didn't know anybody. I was scared to speak Korean because I was so shy, like getting my grammar wrong, whatever. Like, but now that I've settled in a bit more, I started making friends. I think in general, like the lockdown everywhere, like this whole pandemic has just made things a lot harder. So Koreans, I think, would also have a hard time like with socializing with their own friends as well. So especially for us, because we don't know anything about this place. Right. Yeah, and then we can't speak Korean, so we can't really like get to mingle with the people, and also on top of that, they can't really get to mingle like within their own society as well. So it's just like hurdle after hurdle after hurdle. Yeah. And yeah, but it's my 3rd month this week. And I'm starting to slowly like it. Yeah. Yeah. That's good. I'm starting to see like I'm starting to get more friends and meet my friends who I met in the UK as well, which is really nice. Getting to see familiar faces in a foreign country. Yeah. And yeah, so far I'm liking it. My job has been great. My friendship circle here has been really good. And I mean, I get a free apartment. What can I say? Like, I can't complain about that. Yeah.
I totally get it.
Yeah.
And for me, like, the contrast between what my life was back in Canada versus it is here is so drastic, because you know, I'm active on Instagram and I do all these different things, and then some people see the life that I'm living if I post on stories and stuff like that, and they always respond like, dude, you're so lucky. You can go get a haircut, you can go to a restaurant, you can have fun or do whatever, like
you can walk outside.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not, obviously, like, I'm trying to be safe and not you know, feel as free as possible, but still the lockdowns aren't happening here like they are in other countries, so there is a little bit of freedom.
It's crazy.
And like, you know, I was living in that situation with the lockdowns and stuff, so I know what it feels like. And so when my friends have been in lockdown since like December, right? And
only so December?
Still going from December. No, well, it happened. This is the second time.
Okay.
So this is the second time. So like the first time it happened, we went to lockdown. Now it's happened again, right, since December. And so, because this has happened, my friends have been locked down.
December, January.
Yeah, it's almost 3 months that they've been in lockdown. So they're saying like, dude, you're so lucky to do A, B, C, D and stuff like that. So it's like, man, I know. I was kind of like projecting or like thought that this would would happen, where like I would have more freedom when
Yeah.
I came here. And then depending on how 2021 and early 2022 are gonna go, it might be a little bit more similar.
Yeah.
I know the vaccines and all that stuff are come out, but like I still feel like I have more of a life here compared to where I was like in Canada.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm sure obviously in England it's the same thing with you, right?
England is just crazy.
Mm.
Like, yeah, I think they've been on lockdown since November or
Mm.
something. But we originally went on lockdown from March to like July.
Mhm.
No, like October.
Really?
I think so.
Like a 4 or 5 month lockdown?
I don't know, but it was a long
It's a
period.
long period of time.
Because I remember like, because we get this thing called furlough at work where the government pays us money.
Mm.
And they said it's only available till July, but then they extended it to August, and then they extended it to October.
Wow.
So that's how I remember like the thing, because of the furlough, I was able to save us so much money.
Hey. We have something similar in Canada too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's called CERB. But
CERB?
Yeah, CERB is what it's called.
Oh.
Canada Emergency Response Benefit. So,
Wow.
yeah, so Canada was doing a similar thing for people that are unemployed, so they're getting money. But yeah.
Yeah. How was your experience being here? Because you've been here since August, you said.
Yeah.
What's it been like?
Well, in the beginning I was kind of scared. I'm like, what if I get sick? Like,
yeah.
my
And
family's
you're
not
by
here.
yourself.
I'm by myself. Like all
You
there's
don't
all-
speak the language.
I don't speak the language. Like, but this is my second time coming here, so like I knew what I was signing up for.
Yeah.
So the first time, like, yeah, it was the first time, and like there was more scary things. But like the second time I came here, I knew what to expect. But obviously, the situation was different, right?
Yeah.
So there was a little bit more risk involved
Yeah.
with coming back here. But so far so good. Like I don't regret my decision coming
Yeah.
back, and it's literally gone as smooth as I would have hoped it
Yeah.
to be. And fingers crossed, I don't want to like
Yeah.
speak too soon, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I just want to add to that, like, because you said it's gone as smooth as it could be. Like when I arrived here, it went smooth sailing.
Mhm.
But like the 3 weeks before I had to leave, I was having anxiety.
Really?
Like so bad.
Yeah.
So bad. Like the thought of, because my dad is older,
Mm.
he's 70 something,
Mhm.
and the fact that he's more high risk with getting it, and I'm like his only kid.
Mm.
So I'm like, is it wise for me like to leave him in the UK where I can't just drive up like to his house and be like, hey, do you need anything? Like that was a massive factor for me. And then also moving out for the first time by myself, like out of my parents' like house, that was another thing. And then the fact that I'm traveling like halfway around the world was another thing.
Yeah.
And then the fact that like pandemic was going on,
Yeah.
like all these factors.
Yeah.
And I was just constantly like not sleeping, thinking too much, like what if, but like, and like I remember the night before I had to get that flight, I was just crying,
Yeah.
like bawling, like I was just like, what am I making the right like life decision? Like what the heck?
Yeah.
Like am I gonna be calling my parents like 1 month in and being like, I'm coming home, like I can't take it.
Yeah.
But being here, it's just made it so, I don't know, it's been so good. If you hear a laugh, that's Mariam in the background.
We have an audience in the
We
background.
do.
Yeah.
PD Mariam. Yeah.
But that's some good insight, because like even for me, like when I first arrived here, I didn't have like, the thing is I was excited, but at the same time I realized what I was doing. I'm like, damn, this is like a big leap for
tough.
me, especially like the first time when you're like, oh
Yeah.
my god, this is about to happen.
Yeah.
Then you do it, and then I came here, and then I remember like, because a lot of things were new, and I was like, whoa, like what's going on? And then like there was one point, I don't know if it was like the second day or the third day, I realized how far away I was from home.
Yeah.
And like how everything was so different. And I was like,
Yes.
I can't believe what I just did.
Yes.
Like, you know, those thoughts
Yes.
kept like recurring in my mind. And then I was like, calm down, it's gonna be okay. It's
And
gonna
then
be
when you
okay."
call the people back at home, they're like still sleeping, and you're like, pick up the phone.
Yeah. And then even when I call people back home, like, dude, how is it? Is it crazy? And I'm like, you know what I mean?
alright.
Like,
Yeah.
you gotta like try to explain to them what it is
Yeah.
you're feeling and stuff. So,
It's crazy.
It's a crazy experience.
It is a crazy experience. Well done though.
Yeah.
Well done on coming here like halfway around the world during a pandemic. Yay!
Woo! Even
You
Miriam's
guys-
clapping in the background.
If you guys want to do it, hop on board.
If you guys need advice, you can ask her, you can ask me. But that's pretty much it. I just wanted to talk about our experiences with...
There's a lot more to uncover.
There's obviously a lot more. We can talk about this for an hour.
Yeah.
Podcast.
Podcast.
I'm not Joe Rogan, but you know, thank you obviously for sharing your insight on this.
Yeah, thank you for
having me. If you guys have any questions, you can follow her on our YouTube channel. You can give your plug.
Cara Sims! Hey!
Check it out. So, yeah, thank you, Cara, for hopping on this video. And
Yes,
guys,
man.
we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Bye.